Hey, fourth grade, let's go ahead and turn in our math books to page 305. And on page 305, you actually aren't going to see that dog because that's on page 307. You're going to see our lesson for chapter 5, lesson 5. So we're just going to take some notes in our book today, and so make sure you attach that to the worksheet. So we do have a vocab word. Holy cow, we finally have a vocab word. And so let's go ahead and kind of read this together. So this again is on page 305. Get your books open and follow along with me. Sometimes problems require more than one operation to solve. An operation is a mathematical process such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. So whenever somebody says, what operation will you use? We're asking, are you going to add, subtract, multiply, or divide? So that is what a mathematical operation is and how we define it. Next up, let's go ahead and turn the page. I want to work through page 307 with you. So on page 307, we see a cute little pupper dog, but we're going to be thinking about the cubes strategy. Cube strategy. So whenever we use the cube strategy, we circle the numbers, underline the questions, box our keywords, evaluate what we need to do, and then solve. So let's take a look at this and use our cube strategy. Each small dog at doggy daycare weighs 35 pounds. Excuse me, I had a sneeze. Each large dog weighs 60 pounds. There are, oh my goodness, look at all these numbers. There are 4 small dogs and 6 large dogs. How much do the dogs weigh altogether? This is a lot of information. These are called multi-step word problems. So that means we're going to have more than one step because multi means more than one. So we're not just going to take 2 numbers, multiply them, and be done. We have to think about this and figure it out. So that's where our cube strategy is really going to help us. So I think I circled all my numbers. Now I'm going to underline the question. Now I need to box my keywords. I saw all together. I saw the word each a lot. Each means to multiply. So I must be needing to multiply. Okay, I think that pretty much does it. I think I'm going to kind of squiggle underline though. There's large dogs and then there's small dogs. So maybe we can double underline the word small so that we can distinguish that. Okay, we got lots of markings. Let's kind of evaluate what we have. So if each means to multiply, we have small dogs that weigh 35 pounds and there's 4 of them. So that means we need to do 35 4 times. So I know I'm going to do 35 times 4. Okay? We also know that we need to know how much do the dogs weigh all together. So this is small dogs. And I'm going to add it to what the large dogs weigh. And then I'm going to solve for their weight all together, right? So now what I'm going to do is find out what the large dogs are. So each large dog is 60 pounds. And how many large dogs are there? There's 6. So I have to do 60 6 times, which means I need to multiply 60 times 6. Okay, so it says to write an equation and then to solve. So here's my equation. I have to do 35 times 4 and 60 times 6 and then add it together, which is why these two are in parentheses. All right, I'm going to use my work over here section to show my work. So 35 times 4, 5 times 4 is 20, 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. 60 times 6 I can do in my head because there's a 0 here, and I know 6 times 6 is 36. So I can put the 0 on the end, and that will be 360. So now I just have to say, okay, this one's 140. This one's 360. Now I have to add those up. So I'm going to do 360 plus 140 is 500. So I'm going to say W equals 500 pounds. We write that as LBS. Weird, right? Where in the word pound is there L? I don't know. That's just what we do. Okay, let's look at the next one. Cube strategy, don't forget it. Susie has track practice for 1 hour on Tuesday and 2 hours on Thursday. How many hours does Susie go to practice in 15 weeks? Wild. Okay. Underline the question. Box your keywords. Let's see. I would say Tuesday and Thursday are important, but also weeks, because these are talking about hours on these days, but then we have to figure out for weeks. So we need to figure out how much she practices in 1 week, and then, see, I'm evaluating now. I'm thinking about what I need to do. So this is Tuesday, Thursday. That's part of a week. I have to figure out how much she does in 1 week. So she does 2 hours on Thursday, 1 hour on Tuesday, so that's 3 hours per week. So 3 hours. And then how many hours does she go to track practice in 15 weeks? Actually, let's not start with that. Let's do the 2 plus 1, show how we got it, right? There's no 3 up there. I need to use the numbers I have. Okay, and then I'm going to multiply that by the 15 to equal the hours for practice. So H. Okay, so 2 plus 1 is 3. Now I have to solve 3 times 15. Let's work that out. 15 times 3. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So H, there's 45 hours of practice. Okay? These really aren't that difficult, guys, but you do have to take your time with it. We're so used to seeing 2 numbers and either adding them or subtracting them or multiplying them or dividing them. Here, you just kind of have to think a little bit more about it, and sometimes it's kind of like a fun puzzle, okay? Think about it as a puzzle, then it's not as much work. Okay, down here, we have to write an equation, use a variable for the unknown number. Boom, we've already been doing that. Ha! All right, number 4. Warren, Lisa, and Tina went to a carnival. How fun. I wish we could do that. The table shows the number of points Warren won at each carnival game. Okay. Wait, the table shows how many points Warren won. What about Lisa and Tina? Rude. Okay, Lisa won the same number of points as Warren. Warren, Lisa, and Tina won a total of 225 points. How many points did Tina win? Oh, I see what they're doing here. Okay, we got 225. These are numbers as well. We need to underline the question. Box our keywords. She had the same number of points. That's important. This is a total amount, and we're finding Tina. Tina. Come on, Tina. All right. Lisa won the same amount as Warren. So total was 225. So we need to add this up. We need to do 24 plus 16 plus 10. And all of that is going to be multiplied by 2. You know why? Because Lisa won the same amount as this. So if we take that, we add it all up, and then we multiply it by 2, we figure out Lisa and Warren. We don't know what Tina has, so we're going to add Tina, and it's going to equal 225, because that's our total. So let's add this up, 24 plus 16 plus 10. That would be 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 50. 50 times 2, oh, that's easy. I can do that in my head. What's 2 sets of 50? I hope you said 100. So this is going to say 100 plus something equals 225. Okay, if you can't do that in your head, we're just going to take away 100 from 225 to figure out what's left. And when I do that, I get 125. So Tina won 125 points. genes. Good job, Tina. We're proud of you. Okay. Last one. Okay, we got Mark. Who is Mark? Mark bought 4 hats that each cost $8. He also bought a shirt that cost $14 and a pair of jeans. He spent a total of $68. How much did the jeans cost? Good question. Let's figure that out. Look at that. C and U are super easy. B is a little bit more tricky. Ooh, I see the word each up here. Let's see. Oh, total. You guys see anything else? We're finding jeans. That's important. Oh, I missed a number. Holy cow. Did you see that one snuck in there? It's a word. Word to your number. Okay, here we go. If Mark bought 4 hats that each cost $8, that means I have to take 4 times 8. Okay, so that's how much the hats are. Okay, I'm adding this up so I know my total. My total is 68. I got that. Okay, then he also bought a shirt that was $14. Very nice. And a pair of jeans. Plus jeans. Okay, so we got hats plus shirt plus jeans equals total. Right? So now let's solve. What can we do? 4 times 8, that's 32. Plus 14 plus something equals 68. Okay, I can still solve this. I'm running out of room over here. 32 plus 14 equals 46. So now I have 46 plus something equals 68. Now, whenever I have this and I'm adding an amount that I don't know, I can always subtract the amount that I do know. So let's take 68 minus 46. 8 minus 6 is 2. 6 minus 4 is 2. So that means the jeans cost $22. Boom. So here's my equation, and then here's my answer, because it says write an equation with a variable for the unknown and solve. So I did that. Make sure you read your directions carefully. Here is your homework. It is page 309 and 310. There's an example up here. They work out for you so that you can kind of see what you need to do. And then here's number 1. So don't skip this one on page 309. On page 310, so the back side of this, there's 3 problems. You need to write an equation with a variable and solve. Down here, you're going to label which one of these are the variables, which one is the operation. And then here's a multiple choice for the correct equation. So read this carefully. Use cube strategy. Okay, we're going to be looking. Did you circle your numbers? Did you underline your question? Did you box your keywords? Did you evaluate and solve? Use cubes. It's right next to the cube puppy. All right, guys. I know this is kind of a tough concept to think about all at once. So take your time with this. Use cube strategy, one step at a time. You can do it. We'll talk to you later.